Hey.
Hey, what's up? So, what are we trying to do?
Honestly, I'm just here for the free food.
Of course you would be. I mean, yeah, nice. That's fine. Yeah, let's go. Are you at least gonna give me something?
No, I don't do that on the first date.
All right. Where do you live so I can drop you off?
I'll just get out.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, all right.
Husband is already out there. He's literally already out there. Just
Are
like,
you gonna go get him?
I don't have to go get nothing because my pastor taught me the man chases.
Your pastor,
The man chases. I don't have to go chase nothing.
God's not bringing you a man. He's not falling out the sky. If you are not putting in the work, it's never gonna happen. And putting in the work is not chasing a career. It's not chasing your education. It's not getting a bag. Chasing your career isn't making sure you're a good woman.
Making
we
sure,
don't care about that.
my bag is up.
We don't care about your bag. You're not gonna chase your career 10 years, chase your education 8 years, and just magically you a wife. It does not work that way because they got you valuing money. They got you blinded by the bag, and then time blowing by the time you look up, they wake up 50 going, well, God gonna deliver me a good man. You have to invest to get the man you want. Your beauty only lasts so long, and that's only gonna get you so far. Yeah, you can get in the door, you can attract these guys, but like, you're not able to keep them. Bottom line, because if you could, you would be kept.
Why can't men just be nice to their girls when they don't feel well? Everything that she's complaining about is actually probably your fault. Stress, like from an insensitive man, lowers your immune system, gives you headaches, muscle aches and pains, especially in your neck. So being insensitive in that moment is not going to do anything. And in fact, being nice releases oxytocin, which reverses all those things. How interesting. Maybe instinctively, she's telling you that she doesn't feel well because she knows that the simple act of love and affection from her man will make her feel better. And you're denying her of that.
I think he was doing a lot of good, but we see them clips out there, but I think those clips was made to kind of help with the division between black men and black women. Because if you actually watch the show or seen other things with Kevin Samuels, you see that he was actually making a lot of good points. I just don't feel like, I feel like men are told every day where we rank when it comes to women. We're told that we're not tall enough, we don't make enough money, the house that we live is too small. Like, we are told these things every time. Why do it feel like such a double standard for women to be told that you're not as pretty as you might have thought you was, or you got too many kids, or you come with too much baggage? Why is that a hurtful thing?
So I feel that it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Okay. Right? And so you can have a conversation with someone and you can be real with that person about how you may feel they are or what that situation is. But when you come at a woman and you're attacking her, that's a different conversation.
I crashed out last week. None of you would know because I don't tell anyone besides, I actually tell everyone besides TikTok. Maybe I should start telling TikTok. Maybe you guys would like me more. But now I'm fine. So.
My man told me to be ass up and ready when he gets home, okay? Because he gets home at 4 o'clock and my sister gets off the bus and comes home at 4:15. So that literally means get in position. We have less than 15 minutes. Let's go.
Femininity is meant to be protected. Real masculine men understand this, and they understand the value of true femininity. We have to protect ourselves and protect our femininity. It's because it is really powerful. But if you give out your femininity, if you give out intimacy too freely, men just I feel like I learned that from a young age, that like I always just had to protect myself. I had to protect my femininity from men. Like, I know I'm sensitive. I know men are going to hurt my feelings 9 times out of 10 if I let them. So I choose to be careful, and I have very strict rules and boundaries with them. Sperm is very cheap and eggs are very expensive. Just remember that.
I wonder what the people in the background would say if they knew you was coming to that park talking foolishness every day.
What body count is too high?
I don't know. I don't even think that matters too much. I think it's just up to what that person's looking for that particular time in their life.
What about it's over 50?
I think that's it's like I don't know. It's like none of my business what this person was doing before we got together. You know what I mean? They could have fucked 100 people, 1,000 people.
Now, he said all that and had to end up lying.
So, this question is for the men over 35. So, is this a time? Are we in the time where us women have to shoot our shot? Is that how it is now? I'm asking seriously. It's a serious question because I guess I'm from a different time where I'm not used to that. So that's probably why I've been single for over 2.5 years. But is that a thing? Answer me, somebody. Thank you.
Do you feel like women play a part in why they're not being approached as much?
Maybe. I could see, it's tough being a woman. So, you get approached by sometimes the wrong guys. And so you build a guard up, so it's almost like you're just like, don't even talk to me because you've had some bad experience in the past. And there's not one woman out there that can't relate to that, where some nasty guy has come up and tried to be disgusting with you, so you kind of build a little bit of a wall. So I can see where it almost like you do have to let your guard down a little bit to find and let the right people in.
Here's something I think about sometimes that really sucks. As a single person, there are 3 options for me currently. 1, get to know someone new and get to know their family and have them see you naked for the first time. Hate that. Number 2, stay single, remain single alone for the rest of my life. That option's not looking that bad. And number 3, get back with one of my exes. It's got me thinking, actually.
The black woman is the woman in the water treading the water that's about to drown. That's black women, okay? That's how bad we're doing, and that's how much work we still have to do. And then a little sailboat come along, and the fisherman on the sailboat is like, hey, give me your hand, I'll save you. And you be like, that little ass boat? No, honey, I'll wait for a bigger boat. There ain't no way I'm getting on that little tiny boat. Anyway, and then you keep treading water. Save me. Okay, so the sailboat leaves, little tugboat come along. Didn't I say, you just try to save me with a little sailboat. Now you give me a little tugboat. I'm waiting for a Coast Guard ship. I'm waiting for a Navy ship. I don't get on them. That's what you look like. That's what black women look like. Failing and losing at rapid levels. I don't care what y'all post online. I'm so happy. I'm black girl magic. I'm this. And then y'all be crying yourself to sleep at night. Y'all get on the internet. You cap all day about what it is. And then deep down inside, when the cameras go off, when everybody's not around, you be miserable.
You want to know how a man is? Oh, well, that's easy. Just look at his friends. How is his friends? Are they f***ed up? Are they nice? Are they gentlemen? If his friends are f***ed up, he's also f***ed up. There's no way he's normal if his friends are like... No. Look at his friends. Just a tip from me to you.
So when a man tells you, hey, it looks like your friends are being a bad influence on you, is he insecure or is it you that's effed up?
Y'all, please tell me why I traveled all of the way to Richmond, Virginia to meet a man for him to get up and leave the hotel room because he assumed that I had an attitude. So I'm literally in Virginia out. He left me. He left. He got up and left out that hotel door and he didn't say a word. I'm miles away from home. I'm miles away from home. I can't believe this. Like, I really cannot believe this. Like, I put so much time into this. I put so much real, genuinely love and effort into this for to stand up and walk out on me because I have an attitude. Is my attitude not enough? I mean, is my attitude too much for me to be loved? Like, am I not somebody that can be loved? Like, what? I don't know.
I could tell right from her, the way that she talked. With all of the B's and all of the N-words, she called them an N-word and all of this. I can already tell. And I hate to say this. I really do, but I just got to be honest and I'm going to just put it out there and just be real. Ladies, black women, your mouths it's the end of you. Dudes are no longer putting up with unruly women. We don't care where you travel from. We don't feel no obligation to be able to make sure that you're okay or to make sure that you feel good about yourself. So that means that since you traveled, which we're going to get to that part also, because that shows how desperate most women are. But more importantly, I just don't think that guys, they're not dealing with that no more. They don't. Any guy that's worth his salt that has any option or even a shot of an option, most dudes are not putting up with that sassy attitude, and you're going to have to check that at the door, because that is over. It's over for people with the sassy attitudes. Real talk. Like, because we got the video game, even if it ain't a chick that's available. You got the video games, you know what I'm saying? You got the internet, you got different things that you can get into. We got flights, we got hotels, we got a lot of money. We going to get the bag, we can go back to work and go and make even more money. It's a lot of things that we can do. The main question that she asked is her attitude so much to where she should.
Modern women think they can pop off at the mouth, and men, especially the quote unquote high value men that you guys want, definitely not dealing with that.
But yeah.
It's cool.
So, why'd you end up popping? He allowed people to tell him, right, who or how he should dress, when he should really dress how he feels, right? Like, you know what I mean? You kind of changed who you were. You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong. I feel like everybody could be dynamic, right? Yeah. But I love your answers.
So I feel like with that being said, I should just have you pop the 2 and let's see who it is that caught your eye. All right, let's get to it. Okay, go for it. Okay. Oh! Okay, let's talk to them real quick.
Have to do a little razzle dazzle there.
All right.
You know?
So why did you have your balloon unpopped?
Check, you know, definitely fit check. Yeah. And then, like, you know, bald head, my dad's bald, you know. You better walk, girl. You better walk.
All right. So any questions you guys may have for each other?
Do you have any kids?
I have 0 kids.
Okay. Go ahead, take this.
Oh, that's
yeah,
it?
That's it.
That's all. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, let me ask my question. All right. So,
Is it a yes for you for him?
absolutely.
And is it a yes for you for her?
Absolutely.
We got a match.
Good morning, friends. I have a story that I want the men's take on and the women's take on to see if I was crazy. This was back in, 2014 when I was dating one of my exes, and he did something and we got in such a huge fight over it. And I think I'm valid, but I just want to talk about it because it was it's one of the stories that I go back to and I'm like, well, he did this. And I want the women's take on it. And I want the men to agree, hopefully. And if you don't, I don't know. I want to suss it out. So let's talk about it. Ah, yikes. Taking me back to a time. I was an intern for the Chicago Bandits pro softball team, which is no longer a team, unfortunately. We were unpaid and we really weren't fed, okay? So even if we had weather delays or whatever, like we were just walking around that stadium starving, and we had to either pay for ourselves to get like a stadium hot dog or we just starved, okay? This particular time, I was just starving because I was so busy because I was game day ops and weather delay. Not fun, right? I was just starving, and it was like a 16-hour day. I was over it, and I was supposed to sleep over at my boyfriend's house that night, well, my boyfriend's parents' house. I was like, I'm getting back really late, you know, like, it's gonna be like 11 o'clock, are you sure? Or like, it was like 10 o'clock, are you sure that you still want me to, you know, come over? And he was like, yeah, for sure, I'll come and pick you up. I was like, okay, thanks. He like got this brand new truck, okay? He didn't really pay for it, okay? And I'm like, okay, yeah, you can pick me up, like, in the truck, like, cool, whatever. So he picks me up. I'm gonna go through with the story, even though I'm like, ooh. Whew, cringing that they'll all see it. Hi guys. I'm just gonna tell my own experience, okay? Has this truck, he picks me up, and I'm like, can we please pull through a Wendy's? Like, I'm starving, haven't eaten all day, like, I feel like I'm decrepit at this point, you know? Like, yeah, sure, whatever. So we pull through the Wendy's, I get like a junior bacon cheeseburger with some fries or some, I don't even know. Wendy's was not my first choice, but like, it was the closest on the way, and I was like, yep, food, pull over, I'm starving. So we did. So I get the cheeseburger, okay? I'm in the passenger seat. They hand me the bag, and I'm like, oh my God. And I go in there, and I like rip it open, and he goes, excuse me? And I was like, yeah? He's like, could you not do that in here? And I literally looked at him, and I said, pull into that parking spot right now then. I was like, are you kidding me? Like, first of all, I have a bag laid out. I have the whole wrapper. It's a cheeseburger. It's all going in my mouth. There's no crumbs. there ain't gonna be no crumbs. He was worried about his side of his car or his truck. So we got in the parking spot. I got out of the car like this. I was like, I get out of the car and I'm like, he's right there in the driver's seat. I'm right here. I'm looking at him outside of the car. Like this. Couldn't let me eat in the car? Okay. Noted. I eat my meal, standing outside of the truck. And when I finished the meal, I got to get back in the truck. If I was a messy eater, if I was, I don't know. I just feel like you should let your girlfriend eat the junior bacon cheeseburger when she hasn't eaten all day and she's starving. And we can worry about the crumb. If there was a crumb with a cheeseburger with a soft bun, we can worry about that later. And then on the way home, I was like, you know what? That was really rude. He's like, what do you mean? It's a brand new truck. I'm like, that was really rude. And it's really crazy that you think you're going to get tonight. For real. Because as soon as I get in that bed, I'm passing out. And what did I do? Got in that bed, I'm passing out. He's like, what do you mean? What did I do? I'm like, just get the fuck out of my face. Literally, I turned around and I was like, don't look at me. And that's when I realized that I probably shouldn't be with that man. And then I probably waited 2 years too long. Seriously. Now, am I reasonable or am I out of line here? Listen, it's been over 10 years. I don't really care if anyone thinks it's not reasonable. To me, it was. And I think it will be forever until I die. Hope y'all have a fire Saturday.
There's a lot of people in the comments talking about he was in the wrong. I gotta disagree with you. And I'll tell you why. Because if the roles were reversed, then your girlfriends would have been like, oh, he's so disrespectful. Why didn't he at least ask, knowing it was a new car? He doesn't respect you, girl. Leave him. But in this situation, men are expected to allow things, even though it's a brand new truck, allow things to happen and not say anything about it. I get where you're coming from. You're super hungry. But like I said, if the roles were reversed, then it would have been a problem and y'all would have been saying to leave him.
So my brother is getting married next year. And I always ask him, I keep asking, am I going to get a +1? So today I asked him in front of my parents. I'm like, do I get a +1? And he's like, no. So my parents like, why can't Tisha get a +1? Right? So my mom is like, who knows what could happen in a year? Your sister can get a boyfriend in a year. He like, the answer is no. He's like, it's no way in hell that in 365 days from now, she's going to have a man. And I'm like, damn, has my dating life sucked so bad that nobody has faith in me? Or is he saying it from a point of like, I don't know. Like, you just trying to save a little extra dollars on your wedding. Cool, I get it. I don't need a +1. But like, damn, I think I can get a man in a year. I think I can get a man in a year. I get a man tonight. I know.
Y'all, I just seen a dude with waves, and it just reminded me how, like, you really don't see dudes with waves no more. Like, can we bring waves back? I love, like, if I see a dude that has waves, it gives cleanliness, it gives skincare routine, it gives take care of themselves, it gives take their vitamins. But when I see a dude with a fro, especially one that ain't got no type of shape or no type of products in it or nothing, it really give dirty booty to me. It give holes in the drawers. It give stain in between the crack part. Like, I don't know. I just feel like men in hair, it just, no. And I know y'all gonna be in the comments like, bitch, how a girl that got weave gonna tell me about my hair? Check my feed. I have hair. Long hair at that. Next subject. But yes, like, can we please bring back waves? Like, y'all don't put no effort into y'all self no more like y'all used to. That's 90s fine right there. Bring back waves. I'm finna start a petition because all this hair and all this mess and Travis Scott braids, I don't like it. I like a low cut waves. Yes.
Rodney in the comments said, can we please bring back real eyelashes?
So I have a theory as to why men are so concerned with a woman's body count, and I'd like to know what you guys think about it. So my man and I were talking, and we believe that there's a correlation between a woman's submission and her body count. So the higher the woman's body count, the more likely it is that she doesn't know how to handle a relationship. Like, she's just not good at being able to please a man outside of the bedroom. so no man wants to keep her around. Now, the women that tend to have a lower body count usually are in longer term relationships. And what that kind of says to men is like, oh, this woman knows how to interact and deal with her man and be submissive and make a relationship work. So I'd like to know what you guys think. Do you think there's a correlation between submission and body count? I'd like to know.
Put your finger down if you've lost 30,000 followers on Instagram since posting your boyfriend. I have 30,000. Like 30,000. You guys are probably thinking like, who's your man? A serial killer? My boyfriend is a normal guy. He played college football. One day, I decided, you know what? I've been with this guy for 2 seasons now. I'm going to post some of the cute pictures that we've taken together at these games because I would have cute outfits on. Like, I want to post it. God forbid I post some of my real life on social media. Ever since then, I've literally not gained followers. I have lost every single day. I lost 30,000 followers on Instagram for that. And it's my job. So my agency's like, probably, I don't know. You would literally think I'm like canceled right now or something. Like, I don't even think Alabama Barker lost that many followers. I've probably lost more followers in Alabama. And I haven't done anything wrong. Except for post my man. So if you want to take your content serious, ladies, don't post your man.
I don't think we're all out here getting screwed over by bad men or crazy women. I think we're just dating a bunch of emotionally underdeveloped people who are really good at Spotify playlists and really bad at intimacy. Because, like, it's not even about gender at this point. It's just people. People who don't know how to give without measuring. People who think a situationship is the same thing as getting to know someone. People who say, I'm just going with the flow, when they're really just emotionally constipated. Like, we've made a whole generation allergic to clarity. Oh, I don't want to define things because that puts pressure on it. Okay, but you're sleeping at their house 4 nights a week, keeping a toothbrush there, getting jealous and pretending you're chill? You are not chill. You are spiraling in silence and then calling it low maintenance. Situationships are not edgy or evolved. They're just emotional minimum wage jobs with no benefits. You clock in, you do the labor, and you pray to God that they'll promote you to girlfriend or boyfriend after your 6-month review. And the thing is, it's not just like a dating problem, it's a maturity problem. Most people aren't in situationships because it's what they want. They're in them because full-on connection, that requires vulnerability, presence, effort. And you can't do that when your nervous system thinks love is a threat. So now we got 2 people sitting across from each other, both scared to care first, both pretending they don't want more, both basically playing emotional chicken until someone breaks. And even then, we still call it chill. It's not chill. It's emotionally avoidant purgatory with shared memes and weird eye contact, you know? Like, maybe the problem isn't men or women. Maybe it's just that most people haven't done the work to actually handle love, so they keep building these half relationships that don't require growth, just tolerance. But then we wonder why everything feels hollow.
My name is Nick. I'm 40. To be honest, I wouldn't see myself like, you're beautiful, you're gorgeous, but I don't see myself like, being with you, like, as my woman.
Okay, I'm sorry, I don't know, so I'm gonna need you to tell.
I know, like, somebody else is gonna be like, oh, she's so beautiful, I could keep her, but I don't see you as my girlfriend or a partner.
Okay.
All right.
That
now,
works.
is he someone that's your type?
No.
Okay, why not?
You seem very nice. Okay. You're just not my type at all. But you're nice. I can't knock you on your clothing there. It's different. I like it.
Okay, I respect
but
that.
The fact that you keep saying that you don't know if I could be your girlfriend just shows me that you don't really know what you want. So you don't really know if I can be your girlfriend or not because, baby, you don't know me. But that's okay. Thank you for popping.
Okay, respect.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
My name is Reggie, and I'm 44.
All right. And Reggie, you're still holding on to your balloon. Why so?
Well, I was just being nice, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. You made a comment earlier.
Yes, sir.
You said you don't do light skin.
Absolutely.
Right. So I'm light skinned.
Yes, you are.
I got a daughter. She's light skinned. And on behalf of light skinned brothers everywhere, I'm apologizing.
That works for me, sir.
So
And your daughter wasn't part of the conversation. I said light skinned men.
deal. If you don't like light skin,
My daughter's light skinned too.
That's colorism
But
to me. If you don't like my light skinned self, how you gonna approve of my light skinned child?
I don't know if it's colorism, but I see where he's coming from.
What's going on, everyone? I'm Tommy Sotomayor. I need y'all to do me a huge favor because I'm lost without a you. I need y'all to explain something to me. Why is it that America and women are okay with and pushing, they're okay with a mother giving her kid up for adoption? And make sure we understand what adoption is. Adoption is, I give up my baby to a family that has nothing to do with this child, no blood ties at all. I give up my child to this family or these people, whoever it is, gay couple, whatever. I give up my child to them. I never see the child again. I don't pay one dime of child support to that child. I do nothing to contribute to that child's life. And I'm called a hero for doing it if I'm a woman. You gave up a child that you knew you couldn't take care of. Or you had a child because you knew you weren't ready to be a parent. So you get to the child or completely send it away with people who are not related to that child. And you can even make a child a ward of the state. Yes, you can take a child and give it up to the state because you don't feel like you can take care of it anymore. Just give it to the state. Here you go. And the state then has to go and try to find foster parents for this child. Again, you don't have to pay a dime. Women are allowed to do these things. You can bring a child, send it off to the government. You can leave a child on the steps of the hospital, the steps of the police department. You can leave these kids outside and nothing happens to you and you don't have to pay a dime. But, as Tyrese is finding out right now, you say one thing about lowering child support or not paying child support, you are a villain. How dare you? You are trying to abandon this child. No child should be abandoned from their father paying child support. Mind you, when they're asking you to pay child support, they don't ask you to come see the kid. They don't care. They just want the check once a month. And if you don't pay that check, you are subjected to losing your license. You are subjected to going to jail. These are things that men are subjected to because they don't want to do the same thing that women aren't forced to do. Be parents. Again, you sit here and tell men that they are villains. They are bad guys and they are 2 months behind on child support. You tell him you a deadbeat, and yet a woman who's a child, she is not called a deadbeat. Yet a woman who gives a child away to people that do not know that child, to people who we have seen the studies of the things they do to these children when they bring them into foster care. These women are called brave when you give up your kid to the state and the state got them up there with looking like Annie talking about some, it's a hard knock life for us. It's a hard knock life for us. Instead of treat that, we get tricked. Instead of just says, we get kicked. It's a hard knock life. Now you got these kids running around telling you it's a hard knock life. And yet the parent, the mom who gave these kids up, they still don't face any scrutiny. But how dare you be a dad and don't pay child support? Somebody got to answer this to me. Am I seeing this wrong? Or does it seem like women can get away with a whole damn lot? You can abandon a kid outside in the snow, and they just pick the kid up and go try to find somewhere. You won't even go to jail. You won't go to jail for leaving a kid outside of the hospital. This is insane. I need somebody to answer these questions for me. Am I wrong? Or does it seem like women can get away with what's the case that they gave them?
That women are not being held accountable on a lot of things. I 100% agree with you there. But the other caveat to that conversation is, why are these men not showing up to begin with?
It becomes...
They done tapped out.
Yeah,
imagine trying to call a phone that is not on, and you don't even know where that child is. You don't even know where the mother is. I got friends who got a woman who took their child, moved out of state, and has never been able to get in contact with them again. Had to hire private investigators to find and track this bitch. So you gotta understand, like, some fathers are low lives.
Yeah.
We're not gonna, but when you look at the whole picture, there's a lot of manipulation. There's a lot of resent. There's a lot of pushing that man away and running him into the ground before a man just says, I can't tolerate it anymore.
Somebody in the comments said a man dropped off his kids to his ex-wife on Friday, went to go pick them up on Sunday, and she didn't show up, had taken his kids somewhere, had to hire a private investigator or something like that to find him. Are you joking?
Bro, the fact that a female can lie and legit ruin your entire life is crazy, bro. It's crazy, bro. I just watched somebody do 27 years in jail. And then during his 22nd year in prison, the lady want to come and say she made a false report. Shorty, I would have been so happy you released me, but I would have been right back. I would have domed your ass. I would have domed your ass. I don't play that. Hell no. Hell no. I don't even play the second. I don't do none of that. I don't even touch females. No. Y'all be doing anything trying to get money. You touch a female like this, so $10,000 charge from the bank. I mean, the judge, no. I would have blew Shorty off. I ain't gonna lie. Boy, would have raised that hand cannon.
So you don't need a man, but when you need something done, you call a man. You know, comments like this, I see them a lot on videos where I am talking about how women are opting out of relationships, opting out of marriage. You know, women in this particular video, it's another man talking about fixing something. And, you know, women are not staying in relationships just so that they can have service workers. And it just baffles my mind how many men, not all men, but so many men, it's either one of two things, don't have the critical thinking skills to differentiate between service work, doing a job, and relationship, a romantic relationship with a woman. Or they see a romantic relationship with a woman as the very same thing as doing a job, as performing a service, as performing a transaction. I think really it's more of that. I'd like to think that men have more critical thinking skills where they can differentiate between women saying we're done with men and understand that they're saying we're done with dating men, we're done with having babies for men, we're done with marrying men. We don't want to be romantically involved with you. We don't give a if you're going to come and fix our toilet because we need our toilet fixed. We're paying someone to do it. Who cares? And guess what? Men deserve to earn a living too. We're not gonna take that away from them. But I think men actually see a romantic relationship as a job. They see it as a transaction. They see it as a series of tasks that they do to get through, to complete the job, to get paid, to get that checklist, and that's it. Which is exactly why women are opting out. And we're not even mad about it. We're not mad about opting out. We're actually relieved. We're relieved that we never ever have to be in a romantic relationship again where we don't feel loved and cherished. We're very happy. We're choosing to be single instead of having to feel like we have to perform transactions. Men are the ones who are angry. Men are the ones who have to point out, oh, but you need me. They need to feel picked. They need to feel chosen no matter what. It's okay. We're still going to pick you when we need our oil changed. We're still going to pick you if we need some drywall done. You're going to get paid. We're going to cut you a check and you're going to be able to put food in your belly and drink in your gullet. It's all good. Don't worry. You're still going to get picked.
Just because you're talking slow and emphasizing your words doesn't mean what you're actually saying makes any sense. Men, a lot of men try loving you for who you are. Attractive, we like each other. You've got this going for you, I've got this going for me, let's team up. But the problem usually comes in with modern women when they decide, no, actually, I need you to do this, and this. That's why men have to go through the checklist that you were talking about. That's when it becomes transactional for a lot of men. When you put the checklist, do you have this? Do you have this? And so he's checking off each and one of these things. It becomes like a game, like a mission, like a side quest. In order to get the girl, I've got to do this, and this. And guess who continues to say, you're going to continue to do that? Women. Women continue to say men are going to run through these checklists. If you want to be with me, if you love me, then you would do this. And he goes and does it. And y'all like that type of stuff. How do I know? Because y'all keep on putting it in movies. Y'all keep on putting it in books. Y'all keep on each and every story plot line y'all write. Y'all have it in there. He went over here and he sailed across the sea and he fought a war just so he can get me. Side quests. So what you're talking about, men making up these checklists and stuff like that, that's because y'all did that. Y'all be acting like y'all have nothing to do with relationships and what be happening. Y'all do. Y'all need to stop.
Listen, I am seriously begging Costco to let a woman open a jar, okay? Every time I go to open a jar that I get from Costco, I have a literal minty fee. I crash stuff out. I can't open it. What am I supposed to do without marinara right now? I literally made everything else besides opening the marinara to make the sauce and make it a little bit better in the pan. Okay? There's meat. There's the pasta. There's this with this about to go in it. I banged it. I banged it. My hands hurt. They actually hurt. They actually hurt. We don't need a man. We can do this. We can do this. We can do this. Fear if I don't get it open right now. Tested tonight. I'm tested tonight. Please open this jar of sauce before I lose it. Okay. Oh! Okay, so I just need to be nice to it next time. Perfect.
Well, what they told me is that you should be able to hire a professional. Just call him on the phone and pay him so he can keep his belly full and not go hungry, you know? So get on that.
I feel like girls are always complaining like about how they can't find a man that wants something serious or someone that's like ready to commit. Like I'm having the opposite problem because how come every man I talk to ends up wanting something serious? Like, don't come near me. I'm not into that right now. Like, where are the bad men at? Genuinely.
Every woman's worst nightmare is seeing a man she left for another become better, richer, and fitter, then date a more beautiful and feminine woman than her. That's a fact. Interesting enough, this is exactly why you have girls that you've either tried to talk to in the past and they didn't want you, or exes that you no longer talk to, still monitoring and watching what you're doing. They're gonna watch your story. She's gonna still follow you just to make sure that she didn't make the wrong decision. Now she's doing this because in the event that she realizes that she has, she will attempt to spin back. And most men fail the spin back test. The spin back test is when you haven't spoken to somebody for a long period of time and they spin back and attempt to jumpstart the interaction. And instead of you recognizing that it ended for a reason, you cave and you end up right back in the same interaction that you just left. Now you're like, well, why is she doing that? Because that is her worst fear, is to have made the wrong decision and you become the guy that got away, because it's a very rare thing for women to experience. Normally, when they leave you, whether through cheating or breaking up, she's always leaving you for someone that's better. A guy that looks better than you, has more money than you, or is better than you in some way, shape, or form. So for her to make that decision, jump ship, and then realize that she was wrong, it is much easier to spin back, because what man isn't going to say no to free attention from a woman, especially if it's attention, let alone if she were to come back, apologize, and attempt to reconcile. They're just not going to do that.
Okay, you mad. Okay, guys, what's the silliest reason you've ever stopped talking to somebody? I will go first. So one time I was at home and I was making eggs and I had a Mr. Man's over and we were dating or whatever. And he saw me making eggs, and in my egg carton, I keep my cracked eggs. So rather than throw them away, when I make eggs, I crack the egg and I put the cracked egg back in the carton. And then when I'm done with all of them, I throw them away. It's something I saw my parents do. It's what I do. I couldn't tell you why. Don't know. I'm a creature of habit. He sees that carton and he's like, why do you have cracked eggs in there that are empty? And I'm like, oh, I just put them all back. And then when I'm done with all 12, I throw the carton away. And he's like, that's so strange. I was like, okay, my house. So cool. We laugh it off, whatever, hee hee ha ha. The next day, I go to make eggs. I open my carton. All of my cracked eggs are missing. Open my trash can, they're in the trash. This man, when I was not looking, went and found them cracked eggs, threw them away, even though they weren't bothering anybody. And that's when I knew that I was dating a psychopath. So it was over. And that is the most childish reason I've ever stopped talking to somebody.
Let's read a couple of comments here. Rich Auntie Vibes says, actually, you keeping cracked eggs would have been my reason to break up with you. Steffi says he was losing sleep over that, and I don't blame him because what the F? Raven says, now why would you get on this app making me agree with a man? He was absolutely justified, friend. Lotus Flower 85 says, I fear he was right. Just Jordan, who is also a woman, says, not you got me agreeing with a man. Y'all be doing silly stuff, be thinking that you're right, only to find out you're wrong. And I appreciate the women holding her accountable.